6 days since that horrific incident in Guwahati where a young girl was molested, beaten up and publicly stripped by a group of almost 50 men in full public view, in fact on camera. And of course this torture and trauma for the girl went on for half an hour and no one came forward to help. Of course, so far only 4 of those men have been arrested. For more on that story, let's now go across to my colleague Kishaloi Bhattacharjee, who joins us from Guwahati. Kishaloi, new theories really emerging every day surrounding this story. But of course, the big question still remains, why are the rest of the accused still at large?
Well, Neha, there isn't any significant development as far as the police is concerned. After those 4 arrests of the 12 identified, they said that raids are still going on and they don't have enough leads. They have identified the locations, but they haven't been able to nab them down. Raids continued even in neighboring states, as the police claims. But as details emerged, there's some shocking bits of it. This morning we met the editor of a local daily, RTI.com, Mukul Kalita, who had arrived at the scene 5 minutes before the police arrived. And when he handed over the girl, after protecting her for those last 5 minutes at least, to the police, he told us that she was put in the police van, and even while she was inside the van, this mob came and actually attacked her, beat her, pulled her hair with the police out there, and that continued for quite some time, but the police refused to take any action. Yesterday, we had Akhil Gogoi, the RTI activist of Assam, actually alleging that there was complicity between the local channel which aired this video and the incident which took place. We had verified that yes, there was a reporter of the channel, Gaurav Jati Niyog, at the site. He was off duty, as was corroborated by his colleague Dipya Bardaloy, who had explained to us, narrated to us the entire sequence of events out there. Now, was there complicity at all? What was the role of Gaurav Jati Niyog? We have Akhil Gogoi joining us out here, and Akhil has revealed a video which shows, he says, claims Gaurav Jati Niyog's presence out there. Akhil, आप जो वीडियो आज रिलीज किए वो आप डीजीपी को जाकर दिए, उसमें गौरव ज्योति नियोग साफ दिखाई देता है?
हाँ, पूरा सफिशिएंट सीन है जहां में गौरव ज्योति ने इस मोलेस्टेशन में जड़ित है.
आप कैसे दावा के साथ कह सकते हैं कि वो मोलेस्टेशन में जड़ित है?
हाँ, डायरेक्टली जड़ित है. और पूरा एक्चुअली सिर्फ जड़ित नहीं है, वो मोलेस्टेशन प्लान किया था, डायरेक्ट किया था, सब कुछ एक्चुअली वो गौरव ज्योति नियोग ने किया था.
बट हाउ कैन यू प्रूव इट अखिल?
ना, वो जो आज मैंने जो वीडियो रिकॉर्ड दिखाया था, इस पे पूरा प्रूफ है. तो उसका पूरा वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग वो सीन है, दूसरा है ऑडियो भी है, पूरा कंप्लीटली. जितना एक्चुअली आज जितना मैंने सीन दिखाया, और बहुत कुछ सीन है जिसको हम लोग नहीं दिखा पाएंगे क्योंकि ये बहुत नेकेड सीन है. नंबर 1. नंबर 2, आज मैंने जो कुछ दिखाया है ये मोर देन सफिशिएंट. मेरा विचार से जो ये मोर देन सफिशिएंट.
But I will still ask you again, Akhil. The video shows Gaurav Jati Niyog present on the sites, and that, of course, we are very sure that he was on the site. The question that was asked, we are not very sure whether it is Gaurav Jati Niyog's voice or someone else's voice. How will you prove that it was Gaurav Jati Niyog's voice?
Actually, वो सब लोग तो जानते हो, उसका वो सब दिन वो लड़का, वो रिपोर्टर सब दिन लाइव देता है वो न्यूज़ लाइव में, इसलिए उसका तो वॉइस पूरा सबका ये ही है, वो जान पहचान वॉइस है. नंबर 1. नंबर 2, मैंने इसका कॉपी डीजीपी को दे दिया था और डीजीपी को ने बताया था कि मैं रॉ फुटेज आपको दे दूँ, तो आप फोरेंसिक में जाइए. हम लोग का जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है कृषक मुक्ति संग्राम समिति, कृषक मुक्ति संग्राम समिति ने भी फोरेंसिक में जाऊंगा. और तीसरा चीज है कि जो नेशनल वुमेन कमीशन आज आ रहा है, उस लोग को भी हम लोग ये फुटेज, रॉ फुटेज देंगे, और जहां में पूरा सफिशिएंटली एनफ वो पूरा ये एविडेंस है.
Well, Neha, as Akhil claims that the voice out there was of Gaurav Jati Niyog, something that the forensic test will only prove, something that the police will have to investigate. It is very difficult from the footage that Akhil has provided to actually prove that this was Gaurav Jati Niyog. Akhil says that he is in possession of the raw footage which he says is difficult to share on public medium because of the very raw nature of the footage. Though we will try and request him to share the footage with us to at least identify and see whether Gauravjyoti Niyog was really speaking. There's one little bit when I saw the footage just now and I heard it, was someone was actually asking the girl, so what happened to you? Why did this happen? Now probably that was the voice of Gauravjyoti Niyog. That is what Akhil claims. Now the reply of the girl to that question is very significant. The reply says that I was in a birthday party in this bar, and when I came out, this is what you did to me. Now, one is not sure whether she said she meant you all did to me or whether you did it to me. She specifically said what you did it to me in Assamese. This is something that the police will have to investigate really. I'm not sure whether the police is questioning Gauravjyoti Niyog. Where is he? We'll have to find that out from him. But as of now, Neha, as you mentioned, things are developing. There's one little also important development that Okon Bora, minister in the Congress government, visited the girl's residence this morning along with some youth Congress volunteers, women along with them, and they covered her face and they took her away. When asked where was she being taken away, they said it was for her security. Neha?
Right. Now, Kishaloi, ever since this episode really came to light and was picked up by mainstream national media, a lot of questions have also been raised on the media ethics and the journalistic ethics in all of this. Now, of course, you have this activist, Akhil Gogoi, leveling a very serious allegation against this particular news channel and one of his reporters, saying that he was in fact complicit in this entire episode, in the molestation of this girl. Have you got any reaction yet from the news channel News Live to these latest allegations that are being leveled against them? Clearly very serious allegations.
Well, Neha, I haven't got any official reaction from the channel, but when Akhil had made this allegation, I spoke to the reporter who narrated to us the incident yesterday, the reporter who was present on the site, Dipya Bordoloy, and I asked him that, Dipya, what was your colleague actually doing on the site? And he said, I'm not very sure what was he doing. Maybe he was a passerby, but he was one of the persons who called up the office, informed us that there is something going on out here, come here with a camera. He said, I asked him again that, are you sure he was not part of the mob and involved in the crime? And he said, I'm very sure he was not involved, but he was there very much in the crime. But as Akhil claims, based on the video that he possesses and the video that he has circulated, but the video that is circulated obviously is an edited video footage, he claims that Gauravjyoti Niyog was one of the prime conspirators. Akhil wants to say something. Akhil?
हाँ, मैंने आज जो दिखाया था, कल वो जो न्यूज़ लाइव चैनल है, न्यूज़ लाइव चैनल का जो चीफ एडिटर इन चीफ ने एक फीचर दिखाया था, जहां में इस वीडियो का एक फुटेज दिखाया था और उसका साउंड दिखाया था, जो गौरवज्योति नियोग का साउंड दिखाया था, जिसने गौरवज्योति नियोग ने मांगा था कि एक कैमरा भेज दीजिएगा। तो वो जो साउंड भी मैंने दिखाया था आज, उसको ये किया था, प्रोजेक्ट किया था, और इसके बाद गौरवज्योति का पूरा वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग दिखाया था, जहां में आज सारा जितना जर्नलिस्ट था सब शॉक्ड हो गया था कि हाँ, ये तो पूरा कंप्लीटली गौरवज्योति का ही वॉइस है। तो इसलिए ये कोई ये नहीं है, वो थोड़ा लीगलिटी के लिए थोड़ा कुछ ये करना पड़ेगा, एग्जामिनेशन करना पड़ेगा, लेकिन अभी आसाम में पूरा फिलहाल ये हो गया है कि ये पूरा गौरवज्योति नियोग का ही वॉइस है, और ये जो गौरवज्योति नियोग का वॉइस रखने वाला वो जो ये था वीडियो क्लिपिंग्स था, इसका पूरा कॉपी वो न्यूज़ लाइव का साथ था, लेकिन न्यूज़ लाइव ने कुछ नहीं किया, न्यूज़ लाइव ने इसको पूरा छापा किया। इसलिए ये भी बोलना है। और दूसरा चीज है कि वो जो टाइम्स नाउ चैनल है, Times Now channel.
I think, Akhil, we will not go to it. Neha, I think, Akhil has made his point. He is saying that Gauravjyoti Niyog is one of the conspirators and there was complicity. But I think, we'll have to wait and see what the police says. We'll have to wait and see whether the police actually goes for a forensic test and see whether there was complicity involved out there. Neha?
Right, Kisholoi, of course, as you have mentioned there, the editor-in-chief of this channel, News Live, has in fact stoutly defended his team, whether it's the camera person who filmed this entire episode or this reporter who was present at the scene. The editor-in-chief has been saying that he stands fully behind his team and that whatever they did was to actually expose a crime that was taking place. But of course, Akhil Gogoi there levelling very serious allegations against the channel. Of course, we'll have to wait and see whether he'll be able to prove it in the coming days. Thanks very much, Kish, for joining us with that update.